Hey, Nation, Harry here, and this is a special treat for a number of reasons. As we turn the corner on 2019, we start thinking about 2020. We have a couple of initiatives. That is to also, one of the initiatives is to track young people who are up and comers and making a difference in 2020. So we're starting with Merrill Keating on Bainbridge Island, a sophomore at Bainbridge Island High School. And Merrill, this is really cool because that's where SMB Nation is domiciled, is on Bainbridge Island. So that's pretty cool. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, I'm doing fine. And the only thing standing between myself and Thanksgiving is this interview. So nothing personal. But it's the holiday season. And Merrill, I've known you for a long time. You've been involved in what is it? Hour of Code, Coder Dojo, some other things. But we're here to talk about your latest endeavor, the TEDx Youth events. Did I get that right? Is there a branding for the TEDx Youth?
Yeah, my event is TEDx Youth Bainbridge Island.
Okay. And first of all, let's go way back, because I've got some readers who probably don't know what TED Talks are. So I'm going to go way back. Then we're going to go to youth, and then we're going to go to Bainbridge Island. What are TED Talks? What's going on?
So TED Talks, based off of what I've seen, are people and a lot of business leaders who show what they've gone through and how they are taking action to put themselves where they are now. That's basically what I've seen for TED events.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, I've seen a few. I've never been a TED, but I've seen a few up on the recordings. Had a friend or two do them. Okay, so then clearly youth is youth, and Bainbridge Island is just outside Seattle. So what's going on? You started the entity, the motion on Bainbridge Island, for lack of a better word.
Yeah. So I applied for my license in July, and then I got my actual license on September 3rd. And so now I've been working with my executive team to try to get my event up and running. So the event itself will be the 1st of February from 12 to 4 at BEMA, Bainbridge Island Museum of Arts. And so right now we're working with partners and getting sponsors and social media and all that fun stuff.
Oh yeah, no. Welcome to the event business. Jenny over in the radio control room certainly knows what that motion is. It's harder than it looks, right? If it were easy, we'd all be on easy street, as they say. February 1st, is that? If you don't mind, what day a week is that? Is that a Saturday, so a lot of people can go?
Yeah, that is a Saturday. Yes.
Okay, and what are you thinking about the content? The content is king when it comes to events. What do you perceive the content to be in just over 2 months?
Yeah, so it depends on our speaker. A lot of them are talking about things that are really inspiring to them and their own personal experiences, and then they're taking that to what they have been doing as a youth in action to try to share that experience. So it really depends on each of our individual speakers.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, a couple things that come to mind, and again, if you don't mind, I'm just going to brainstorm. I'm having a little bit of fun here, but what I've been reading about lately, and it's a serious topic, and I think it could be a good TED Talk, if not February down the road, but I've been reading a lot of articles about the generational divide between someone such as my age and someone more in your generation, and it's called OK Boomer. And I've been reading about that in the New York Times. And, but in all seriousness, that's the kind of topic I would be interested in double clicking down into. Will the TED Talk format take on that kind of, you could argue it's controversial. It's not about, global warming or sustainability or that kind of thing. Will the TED Talks touch something like generational divide and OK Boomer? Is that fair game?
Yeah. So I feel like for our speakers, a lot more of them are talking about equity or how they can try to reach out to the community and what they're involved in terms of activities. And then some of them some of our applicants were talking about botany. So a lot of them are different. So that's also what's really cool about this event.
Yeah, they've done a nice job. And we're going to check back with you after the first of the year to talk about some other endeavors you're in. But, I think you've probably been pretty modest in your introduction. I know that you published a few books. I like events. Books are harder than they look. If they were easy, everybody would do it. How many books are you up to? I think it's a few. Am I correct?
Yes, I have written 3, and I'm working on a 4th one. That will be a sequel to the first one I wrote. So.
Well, I'll leave you with this. When I moved to Bainbridge Island over 20 years ago ish, and I met your parents relatively early on in the tech sector. Having written some books, you know what I did? I went down to the Eagle Harbor bookstore down on Main Street, and I got the little bookmark that says Bainbridge Island author. I walked further down the street and got it framed. And you qualify for that. It's a cool piece of art. I put it on your wall, Bainbridge Island author. It's cool. So, well, happy holidays. And again, if you don't mind, but we're going to check in with you periodically through 2020 because we like new news and we just want to see what you're up to and what's going on.
Yeah, thank you for talking with me.
All right, thank you very much. And Jenny in the radio control room, thank you as always for making all this happen. Merrill, have a great Thanksgiving and holiday season. We'll see you in early 2020.
You too.